Well, we have a little bit of business going on here on Storm Tracker 4, so we're going to track the potential for storms tonight and tomorrow as well. And then comes the holiday weekend. We'll talk about all of that straight ahead.
New at 4, Texas investigators face some tough questions about how a gunman got into a school and also how police responded during the rampage. We also have breaking news from Lansing, where a few candidates for governor are still off the ballot. So what happened and what comes next? We'll have that in a live report. All next, First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. That breaking news comes from Lansing, where a few Republican candidates for governor have been fighting to get on the ballot. It's all because of a battle over signatures on the nominating petitions required to run for office. Rob Maloney has been covering this hearing that is going on in front of the Michigan Board of State Canvassers. Where do things stand right now, Rod?
Well, right now it stands that 5 candidates, actually 4 candidates and 1 withdrew, are now off of the ballot. That includes James Craig. It includes Perry Johnson, Donna Brandenburg, Michael Markey. Now, this is the report that said some 60,000 fraudulent signatures were turned in. And so it was the Elections Board's recommendation to the Board of Canvassers that those candidates should be taken off of the ballot. Now, here's how it works. There are 2 Democrats, two Republicans on the Board of Canvassers, and we'll show you the video of the meeting that they've had in here all day. And how it works is they will take a vote on the recommendation. And if they tie, that means the recommendation carries. And that also means that those candidates now are officially and legally off of the ballot. The petition signature situation, Perry Johnson's team says that he has 9,000 signatures that could get him back on the ballot if they could just get somebody to listen to them. James Craig says that he's going to appeal this as well as the Johnson campaign. So let's hear from the Board of Canvassers and what they had to say in sort of the competing notions of how all this should go or has gone.
Without question, a widespread and disgraceful effort to defraud the voters of the state has occurred. Those who engage in this effort deserve the full weight of the law to come down on them, and I'm glad to hear that it's been referred to the Attorney General's office for further investigation.
I am so troubled by the suggestion that because we don't have time to do the work that should have been done by this candidate or by other candidates, that we should just put the candidate on the ballot. I don't see how we can possibly do that.
And so now this all heads to an appeals court, but there's not a lot of time. Coming up on Local 4 News at 5, we'll talk exactly about how that process works. Reporting live in Lansing, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Always appreciated. Thank you, Rod, and we will join you at 5. All right, let's get to the first forecast and take a look at this mess out there. Obviously, a busy afternoon on the radar. Rain falling as the evening commute is underway. Is it going to be bad out there, Paul?
Well, for some, Karen, you can see here on Storm Tracker 4 that we have batches of rain. Now, some areas really not getting anything right now, but we'll focus in. We'll go from north to south across the area and see who's getting it most. And you can see heavy downpours. And keep in mind, Croswell over to Peck and down far southwestward. And one thing I want to mention, I have lightning tracker turned on. We have no lightning with any of this stuff. So extending farther to the southwest, you can see you're getting clocked pretty good with heavy rain. Goodland over to Imlay City and Dryden. And then farther to the southwest, you can see that there's still some downpours in northeast Oakland County, Oxford, all the way back toward the Pontiac area. And then you get down into the Detroit area, it's much lighter rain. You can see here, we'll just bring that further down. You can see the Grosse Pointe's getting light rain. Detroit, this is all light rain. But there are periodic downpours across the area. And as we move through the evening hours, we're going to see temperatures that are right now in the 70s. You notice the tarp was on the field there at Comerica Park. So low 70s for most, upper 60s for some. And for the game, we're going to have some problems. A few showers and storms. Maybe we'll have a break. I don't know if we're going to get to play ball. We're going to make that assessment over the next couple of hours. But a lot more to talk about in the forecast here, and we'll do that in just a few.
All right, thank you, Paul. A lot of movie fans shocked this afternoon by the death of actor Ray Liotta. He was just 67 years old. We're told the actor was in the Dominican Republic making a new movie when he apparently died in his sleep last night. So far, we're not getting any more information on the cause of death. Liotta was best known for his roles in Goodfellas and Field of Dreams. Fellow actors are tweeting their tributes, calling him a great actor and a gentleman. A man is arrested for trying to assault two black people and hurling racial slurs at them at a local grocery store. Dearborn police say Jason Edward Lucas approached the two customers at the Westbourne Market over on Michigan Avenue. They say he made racial slurs, followed them into the parking lot, and then tried to hit them with his car. He's then accused of getting out of his vehicle and then trying to hit them with a baseball bat. The two people drove away. Lucas is charged with felonious assault and ethnic intimidation. Take a look at these white crosses. They are another sign of the grief in the small Texas town of Uvalde. They bear the names of the 21 people killed in a school shooting massacre 2 days ago. 19 children and 2 teachers are being remembered through the sadness that comes through some very critical questions about how the police responded. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom. And Kim, we just heard from investigators again.
Karen, good afternoon. The investigators may have been trying to clear up some misconceptions, but they left some really critical questions unanswered, at times promising reporters they would circle back when they have more details confirmed. So officers are now saying the gunman walked unobstructed into Robb Elementary School through a door that was apparently unlocked. Investigators say that shooter crashed his truck at 11:28 a.m. local time, then walked into the school 12 minutes later. We now know he was never confronted by anyone as he traveled from that crash scene to the classroom. Officials say 4 minutes later, police were inside the school but were forced to take cover as the gunman was shooting. He was locked inside a classroom where he would, as we know now, kill several children. Police called for backup, attempted negotiations, and evacuated other people from the school. Approximately an hour later, Border Patrol enters the classroom and kills the suspect. The officer was asked if officers should have gotten into that classroom without waiting for backup. Listen.
That's a tough question. That's a tough question. Again, it goes back. Our job is to report the facts. Report the facts, and later we can answer those questions. I don't have enough information to answer that question just yet.
Yeah. So that was the regional director at the Texas Department of Public Safety that you just heard from there. He only took a few questions from reporters and spoke for about 14 minutes. He says they are still interviewing the many officers who were on the scene and reviewing videotapes as well, but it sounds like the demand for answers will only be growing louder. We'll have much more from Texas when you join us tonight on Local 4 News at 5. For now, Karen, we'll send it back to you.
Very disturbing questions, that, to say the least. All right, thank you, Kim. In addition to our coverage at 5 and 6, NBC Nightly News will bring you team coverage this evening. Lester Holt live in Texas at 6:30. Here on Local 4. The National Rifle Association is going ahead with its annual convention this weekend in Houston. That's about 300 miles east of Uvalde. That's not sitting right with some activists who are planning protests. The city of Houston says it can't cancel the convention because of an existing contract. Some of the confirmed speakers include former President Donald Trump, Texas Governor Greg Abbott, and Senator Ted Cruz. Meantime, the former president has been ordered to answer questions under oath in New York's civil investigation into his business practices. He's been arguing that violates his constitutional rights because the answers could be used in a parallel criminal investigation. State Appeals Court ruled today that Trump and 2 of his children must testify but could exercise their Fifth Amendment rights to avoid incrimination. The Trump family could still file another appeal. Here at home, take a look at this creative way to change school culture. Today is the grand opening day for a student-run store over in Auburn Hills where elementary school children have been trained in the business of commerce and are now running an in-school operation. But wait, there is more. Paula Topman popped inside all that excitement.
Okay, so I'm inside the store and it's nice and quiet. Kids are restocking, they're at their stations, but get ready for chaos. Inside Rogers Elementary School in Auburn Hills, this Pontiac School District school is doing something new.
That would be 50 cents.
A grand way to change the culture and behavior in a school by rewarding students with something called Cheetah Bucks.
So Cheetah Bucks are basically, they're based off your behavior. So like if you show like an act of kindness, like you get a Cheetah Buck.
We didn't want any real money to exchange hands, but we didn't want it to be for free either. That's not how the world works. So we had them to receive some financial literacy so they can come in and start learning about the supply chain, start learning about savings, start learning about income.
Okay, try to keep up. This is Darius Chisholm, a 5th grade wonder kid with the business acuity of Jeff Bezos.
So basically, I'm in charge of everybody, so I go around, see what they're doing, make sure they're doing their job. You know, they're fantastic. They're good at doing their jobs. They're fantastic.
The organizational skills of Henry Ford.
I'm about to start restocking. Excuse me.
And the charisma of a Hollywood leading man. And he's only 11. Watch out, 20-somethings.
Everybody gets a goodie bag, which is over there behind the counter. We put a raffle ticket in there, and whoever gets the raffle winning number wins this brand new TV.
He's the go-to guy and the manager of the school resource store.
You guys ready?
Yep, he's in charge of it all.
Well, we have jewelry, we have snacks.
Clothing, food, shoes, goodies, toys, really cool stuff. So how many cheetah bucks did you earn?
7.
So you got all this stuff with 7 cheetah bucks? The school is sponsored by GM, Pontiac Promise Zone, Volkswagen, TJ Maxx, and the brainchild of Kids First Initiative, a nonprofit organization micro-focused on often underserved children.
Yeah, I have to put his stuff inside the bag.
Students are professionally trained by retailers on how to curate goods, stock them, and then run the register. When kids come in and they have lots of cheetah bucks, it means that they were just really good people, right?
Yes. It means like they were making good choices.
Yeah, okay, so let me give you a closer view of this. So a child can choose a uniform, for instance, or a fun shirt. They're $2 each. That's basically a total of 4 acts of kindness. Now, Karen, this is not just a one and done. The store will open again before school closes to backfill some resources, reboot in the fall, and open regularly. And the Kids First Initiative is also working to get this program in other Pontiac schools as well as neighboring districts. And how about Darius? He is ready for his first summer job in management.
Oh my goodness.
Love that kid.
I'm going to remember that name, Darius Chisholm. He is quite impressive. What a great program. Thank you, Paula. Appreciate it.